There we go. All right, Wednesday then. Here we go. So, just moving into the peripherals of the body, just to get the blood circulating, warm up the edges. Bring the energy into the body. Shake out those wrists and ankles. Just get things moving. Into the elbows and the knees. There's a bit of a shake out. Now we'll tap the feet behind. So it's going to lift up the feet and just tap behind. Keep thinking first thing. So just tapping into the feet. A bit of a stretch behind the body. It's beginning to wake up all the joints and even the brain. It's going to tap into the knee next. Just watch the change. Just bring the knee up. And just opposite knee to hand. You notice your heart rate gets a little faster, your breathing gets a little deeper. So just take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then we'll place the feet about shoulder width apart and moving into the hips. So moving up the body. So as your feet are shoulder width apart, and you're just moving into the hips. So it's just to take your attention down to the feet. Feel into the floor, check where your weight is, between the heels, the toes. Feel the surface of the ground underneath you. Legs are straight. And just painting a big circle with the hips. Just moving into all the joints as we scan up from the feet, through the knees and into the hips. Let's take those circles the other way. Nice big hip circles. Allow your breath just to settle. You might want to take 1 or 2 deeper breaths. Let's change that into a figure 8 and take the feet a little bit wider. So softening the knees as I'm making a figure 8. And just roll the hips into a nice figure 8. Knees are quite soft, so there's no pressure on the knees. Torso is nice and tall. And just allow the shoulders to start rolling now as well. So the hips are now shuffling the feet a little bit wider apart. Body's moving from side to side through the hips. I've got a roll through the shoulders, lifting up each shoulder one at a time to create a circle. I'm just going to let the arms follow on. So as I lift up the shoulder, I'm going to trail behind with the elbow and then the hand. Begin to open out. Like a flower in the morning. Ready to bloom. Take some lovely deep breaths. Really begin to open out. And notice where the breath is coming in now. You might find as you stretch out that you want to take an in-breath into the side of the lungs. Perhaps slowing it down to fully take in a breath. Just do that. Paint a beautiful big circle around you. Let the whole of the body open out. Let the spine just move gently from side to side. Whole body moving. Lovely deep breath. I'm going to shuffle the feet in and change that into a backstroke. So my feet are now about hip distance apart. The arms are softening. So that this becomes a scoop. Each side, just turn the body gently from side to side. As if you're in a pool of lovely warm water and just scooping that water up below you. Softening into the legs, perhaps feeling a little stretch on the lower part of your calf. and just flowing from side to side. Let's take a nice stretch now. Come back into centre. So the feet are about hip distance apart, interlocking the fingers. Turn the hands out and stretch. Nice big in-breath. And then breathe out, just soften through the body. So as you breathe out, soften the knees, fold at the hips. Breathe in. Open out through the body, breathe out. Forward fold, soft knees. Remember when you were at primary school and you did this, you used to stretch up high and then make a little ball. Same sort of thing. As you stretch up high, that part of the breath, that part of the movement that transitions from low to high is your in-breath and your out-breath as you allow the body to soften. Just take that as low as you want. You can make a little ball. You can just soften through the knees. Big stretch at the top. Soften on the way down. I want to invite a little bit of soft movement through the spine, just gently uncurling like a leaf on a summer's morning. Perhaps uncurling through the spine. But either way, allow the breath to lead. So as you exhale, the body's relaxing. As you inhale, you're stretching out, coming back into centre. Bringing the hands down. Shoulders, feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. Let's change that into a circle. So the arms are up at shoulder height. I'm keeping it quite slow here. That one where we imagine we're in a pool of deep water. Up to the shoulders, it's really warm. It's a beautiful spa. Body's remaining central. Feet are facing forward. Knees are soft, so you don't put any pressure on your knees. Torso is central, so everything's moving around that. And just swishing through that lovely warm water. You can feel the water trickling between your fingertips. Sense of stillness amongst that flurry of water around you. Warm water between your fingertips. So just moving the body in a spiral. As if wringing out any tension through that spiral. Coming back into centre after the next one. First right, then left. And then back into centre. And let's settle down in the middle. The feet are going to be hip distance apart, so you might want to check that, or perhaps be getting good at knowing where that is. And the feet are facing forward, same distance between the toes and the heels, and the toes are spread out, so there's got lots of space. And if you move the body forward onto the toes, you can feel each and every one connect with the floor. The sides of the feet and the heels are down. Little arch underneath the instep. And just moving the body forwards and backwards so you can feel every part of the foot as you move and coming to a point in the centre where your weight's equal between the heels and the toes. And scanning up through the body, the legs are straight, knees not locked, hips facing forwards, engaging the glutes, pelvic floor, lower abs, so this whole of the pelvis is strong and secure. Every part of your spine now stacked. Each vertebra one on top of the next. Chin open, chest open, chin in. Invisible thread pulling it upwards. Allow the inhale to create space between each vertebra, lifting up the shoulders, turning them back in the shoulder joints, and allow the shoulders just to settle. Beautiful, strong position now. I'm here now. Just take a moment to just be, to just breathe and notice as you inhale, perhaps scanning from the base of your feet through the body. the strength and length in your body. As the right hand comes to the navel and the left one floats high above, and then just tipping the body slightly over to the right. Feel the chest opening on the left. Palms are facing each other as if turning a big wheel, turn them over with a slight bend to the left. The palms just facing each other as if turning a big wheel. And notice as you're moving from side to side, the weight through your body. Check in with your feet. Is the weight remaining equal between both of your feet as you move? You might need to shuffle the hips across as you move to maintain that balance. Keeping the knees straight but not locked. The hips facing forward. You might need to engage the glutes. Body's moving from side to side, not forwards or backwards in any way. And every time you move, there's an increasing sense of openness between each of the vertebrae. Palms facing each other. Let's bring the hands up towards the shoulder height. Bring the shoulders together. Shoulders, elbows together. Palms are facing the back of the room. And as you breathe in now, just lift those up. You only get perhaps a couple of inches of lift, maintaining the distance between the elbows, and rest as you relax. As you breathe out, just let the height of the elbows come back towards your shoulders. Breathe in, take them up. And notice that when you do that, it's the shoulder blades behind your back that have to separate to create the opening. As if you have to breathe into the top part of your lungs towards the back, using every part of your lungs to create a simple movement. And then just release those, give them a bit of a shake. The feet are still shoulder width, hip distance apart. We're going to work into the shoulders. Just moving through the shoulder joint. So you can really feel that connection between the top of the arm and the shoulder joint. All those muscles and tendons working together. Turning the arms in and out. Hands up then down. You can keep the height low or you can take it high. Both palms facing up now. Leave the right up and turn the left down. And then turn the right down to bring the left up. And so on, sending a ripple across from one hand to the next. As if wringing out any tension through the shoulders. Carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. It's time to let it go. Again, scanning the body. This time from the exhale, the shoulders all the way down the spine, through the hips to the feet. Just let the height of the shoulders, the hands release, give them a shake again. So take the feet a little bit wider apart, so they're about shoulder width apart. Bring the hands up in front of you, soften the knees, arms out in front. And let's move first to the right. As you come to the right, the left fingertips touch the right shoulder. And as you go to the left, the right fingertips touch the left shoulder. Keeping the knees really soft. So you're not creating any tension in the lower part of the body at all. Just moving gently from side to side. Notice your midsection, the core, as it were. You don't want to just squeeze that, just observe the movement of your spine in that space. Just be aware that it needs to be engaged. And the next time you go to the right, you're going to add in the foot movement. So we're going to turn the right foot towards the wall, lift up the left heel, soften the knees a little bit more and take that whole movement a little bit further round. All the way round. Then bring it back in. So you'll get more movement through the length of the spine. Feet towards the left as you go to the left. Soften into the knees, go all the way round. Both sides. Keeping it slow so you've got a chance to observe what's going on in your body. Notice where you can feel it through the spine. You feel a stretch, perhaps, in the part of the spine behind the ribs. Your head go all the way around. All the way around. And back towards the centre. Feet back to hip distance apart. Hands just on the lower back, around the kidneys. So as you breathe in, full stance. As you breathe out, bend at the hips, torso towards the knees. Soften through the spine as you uncurl on the inhale. Engage the glutes, restack each vertebra one at a time. Forward fold on the exhale. So as the whole of the inhale is that movement where you're uncurling the body like a leaf on a summer's day. To greet the sunshine, exhale, torso towards chest, torso towards knees, thighs. So the whole of the inhale as you uncurl, the whole of the exhale as you move forwards. Perhaps each forward fold a little deeper than the last. Beautiful uncurling of the whole body. Beautiful spinal movement. Every part of your spine getting engaged, moving it, soft. And on the next forward fold, just releasing the arms as well. So now the torso goes towards the thighs, hands on the floor, placing the hands on the floor, palms on the floor, and releasing the weight of the head. So now you get a stretch, possibly in the hamstrings, although I would like you to soften the knees. And definitely the weight of the head and the shoulders, creating spaciousness between your lower part of your spine. So that every exhale invites more of a release through that spine. Relax. Let's stand up again. Feet hip distance apart. Do it slowly, there's no rush. Let's take the hands up the centre of the body. Knees are soft. And then as you engage through the hips, straighten out the legs. Each vertebra stacks one at a time. Take the hands up the centre of the body. Backs of the hands together, all the way up. Open out at the top of your in-breath. And as you exhale, taking the hands down by the sides of the body. Interlock the fingers. Forward fold. And release the hands as you then, on the inhale, come all the way back up again. So the inhale, you're uncurling, you're embracing the sky at the top of the inhale. The exhale, the hands float down by the side, creating a circle around you. This is my space. And the next inhale, interlocking the fingers, engaging the glutes, opening the chest. And the next exhale to forward fold. Torso towards chest, releasing the hands when feel right. Sweeping forwards again and then uncurling. Full body stretch, beautiful opening. Inhale, full stretch. Exhale, relax. Both of the inhales, chest open. Greet the day. Exhale, forward fold. Exhale. Finishing this time on the forward fold, the hands meet the floor again in that lovely forward stretch where the lower spine gets a beautiful release. Hands softly on the floor and just taking a moment there. Feet are hip distance apart. Just push through the feet. Coming back up to standing. Hips, straighten legs, each vertebra one at a time. This time replacing the shoulders in the shoulder joints as you uncurl through the whole length of the spine. Restacking every part of your neck all the way to the top of your head, invisible thread pulling you upwards. Exhale as you scan the body all the way back towards the feet. Inhale from the feet up to the top of your head. Allow a smile to light up your face. This is my space. Beautiful. You should feel ready for Wednesday.